Alright, welcome back to 1151, or otherwise known as the World of Spending. So the World of Spending was originally called by a different name. That name was the, There's no justice like mall justice. It took me a second to remember there. The World of Spending, as it fits into the game, was near the end of the mall, and by this point we're trying to portray that the mall is sort of collapsing. It's kind of really not the place you want to be anymore. It's a lot, and then this level is the first level to really go and foreshadow the end of the mall, both literally and figuratively. So in this level, we change things up and we actually start heading into a department store, and most of the level takes place there. One of the major visual themes in this level is that you go into the department store, and it's going to be really hard to tell here, but you have these different levels that are coming apart. And so you enter this bottom, and it's this completely bombed out area where, like, you can see up onto other floors, but you can see that there was yet a third floor up here that's like completely gone. And eventually you get into where everything is gone, and the whole thing is just sheared off into the abyss. And we originally wanted to put a lot more effects down there. We never did get around to putting those effects down there, although there are plenty of effects. I mean, certainly when you go by there in the engine, it looks pretty decent. Nonetheless, let me start with my little walkthrough here. I don't think there's any real Easter eggs to show in this level, but here we go. So first you come out through the front door, and you've got an option. You can go the main path, or you can go this back way through these stores over here. If you do, it allows you access to some extra shot at some good power-ups in the coffee shop here. Either way, you come out into the opening, you head on up into the World of Spending. Oh, by the way, this is the first level featured in the game that I actually built entirely by myself. Not the first one in the order of all the levels that were built. We didn't build them in the order that they take place, but as far as from playing from the beginning of the game, this is the first level you see that was entirely built by me, Eli Platt. And so you get into this lobby here, you fight a short encounter, then you head up the escalator, and here I'm going to zoom in so you can sort of see the in-game perspective here, where you can see this upper shelf of this next floor up just shattered, and you get these big windows of space produced by the foreground also being destroyed, showing that the third floor used to extend all the way over, and now it no longer does. So you can sort of get to see down into the store there, and you get off onto these tangents. There's one tangent here. I don't know if I can really select. I'm going to see if I can select this middle floor here, so I can really show you where the different floors are. I'm just going to grab this slice here. Hopefully this will give you a good example. Yeah, there we go. So in this red section is the second floor. You can see the first floor is light, the third floor is light, and you come across up to the top layer. You head through the Piano and Cannons store. That was actually an invention by Rolly. He originally scripted this level, and when he did, there used to be a furniture store over here, and you could still see a lot of the furniture along this side. He took that out and put in this Piano and Cannons encounter, which is actually pretty cool. It wasn't originally part of the level, but it really brought some cool stuff to the level that added to it. And then there's another little tangent down here. And this space over here is all outside of the regular path of the level. You come out, and there's like this destroyed hole, and you get into here, and rather than walking through, sort of, at some point this whole area was open to explore, but they decided to make a path through it. We added these jump pads that let you jump into different spaces, so you could jump across a gap over to here, and then they went and blocked this off. Because at one point we wanted more open levels, and then we wanted more directed levels, and then we tried to strike a balance, and this level was built during the phase when we thought really open levels would be a great idea. And so nonetheless, you come over and you can see this huge hole where there's actually 4 stories down there. You can see maybe with the motion of the camera there, the 4th floor, you can see it there. There actually wasn't a 4th floor originally. Some artistic limitations actually had us add that bottom there. We were going to have a giant column of fire, and eventually we decided, you know, column of fire, really cool, column of fire, really expensive for the iPad. So we didn't put the column of fire in. We went with a lower floor and just seal it all off. And it was actually an artist that filled that hole. I mean, not that I came back and I nudged a few things, but for the most part, 99.99% of what you see there is was added by Nick, the bottom layer there. Nonetheless, you come out all the way around to here. There's a TV with a dancing zombie on it. You can sort of see the flip book there. I'll give it a quick zoom. You're right next to the safe room at this point, but you can't get into there. You bounce off this large jump pad and across, and eventually you ultimately work your way all the way over to here, grab this gift box if you want, or you can run through the fire and take a bunch of fire damage to fight the introductory boss for this level, which is the Death Valley girl. She throws shoes at you and has pet dogs, and you don't want to step in poop, and eventually you head out, losing my selection here, into the bathrooms, and then into the final room to wrap this level up. So, yeah, pretty much that's it. The very first level in the game that I built, 1151, also known as There's No Justice Like Mall Justice, but ultimately in the game known as the World of Spending, and there you can see the World of Spending there as well. And yeah, I'll give you some just unique camera perspectives here. It's actually something I wanted to do in the first two levels, and I really didn't. Not a lot of elevation changes in those levels to show off, but this level definitely has them. So there you go. You see all 3 stories there in the elevator. World of Spending Part 1. Alright, keep it tuned here. Bye.